What's up guys, it's THRASHIO and welcome back to a Christmassy football impact this one. So with all the Christmas fixtures coming along, and let's just be honest, hope you guys having a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But anyway, that out of the way, let's see what happened this weekend in the Premier League. And the Premier League this weekend, Arsenal played Liverpool, and it was the cracking game, and literally was a freaking Christmas cracker. And perfectly honest, both teams probably say we should actually won. I don't know how I don't know how Liverpool weren't 4-0 up in the match. I don't know how Arsenal didn't win by 4 goals. It literally could have been a game that could have finished 9 apiece. It could have finished anything, but it finished 3-3. And this is the reason why these two teams are nowhere near Man City, because they don't know how to defend, and both goalkeepers were off in the game. Starting off Liverpool in the first half, they were literally like the Home Globetrotters, but they played in orange kits. But the first half was unbelievable. Like, they could have been 4 up. Salah, Mane, Coutinho scored the first goal from a header, but Mane missed a massive chance. And then you got Firmino, who had a big chance. He missed. Liverpool could have been 4 up in the first half. Arsenal were literally like the Seeds of Galilee. They didn't even know what they were doing defensively. They were just all over the place. Niles, who was he's a really young player, just for me, Manny tore him a new a-hole. But the fact of the matter is, they were 1-0 down. They shouldn't have 1-0 down. They should have out of sight Liverpool in the first half. But the second half was like the first half. But give credit where credit's due. Salah did score a good goal. And I know Arsenal did make a change, but Mustafi actually didn't make a difference. But Peter should have saved it. I think the deflection conned him really, so I can't blame Czech for that. But I will blame Czech for the third goal. We'll get to that later. Then Arsenal thought we would step up, because that's what Arsenal do. Alexis Sanchez scores a goal. Don't ask me where Liverpool's defending is. They concede from kick-off. Literally a kick-off glitch themselves. Take away, great finish from Sanchez, who hasn't really been added for Arsenal this season. He stepped up when they need to step up. Then, 2 minutes later, they score an equaliser thanks to Granit Xhaka, who scores a worldie. Well, you could call it a worldie if, it is a worldie, but it's not really. If Mignolet gets his other fucking hand to it, he actually could have saved it. Don't ask me what he was doing the whole game, because he was awful. And then Ozil scores the third goal, and in the space of 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, there was been 3 goals in 5 minutes. It doesn't space the fact Liverpool would fucking cheer 4-0, and they're losing the match 3-2. Just a weird football match to watch. As a neutral watching it, I was loving it. I want to see more goals, because it could have been 9-all, it could have been 9 scoring. And then Arsenal, just like Arsenal, do themselves over again, and Firmino makes it 3-3. It could have been, there's a late chance at the end. Ronaldo had a big chance, so did one of the Arsenal players as well. And it literally was a fantastic football match. I couldn't say where it was up. It was a great game. It was just the best game I've seen this season in the Premier League. I wouldn't say the best game I've seen this season. That goes to the Champions League match. I'm not saying what it is, which way we already know what it is. But fucking hell, what a match, what a great game. What a spectacle, fun hour for the Premier League. But telling you this right now, those two teams will never win the Premier League until they fix their defence, because their defence is one of the worst in the Premier League, probably worse than Stoke. They don't know how to defend. They pretty much don't know what defending is. Great game as a neutral. If both of these teams finish the top for the season, that will be an achievement in itself. Man City just keep winning. And can anybody stop City? Is there any team in the Premier League that can beat this team? I hope so, because we play them next. I don't give us any hope. But anyway, they played Bournemouth, and Bournemouth just thought, yeah, let's just forget City, and we can just, let's not think of this match and just get on to the next game. We're going to be playing on Boxing Day or whatever, because they got murdered. Literally, it was like putting lambs into the slaughter, or is that the word? But the fact of the matter is, City were amazing. Sergio Aguero was fantastic in this game. He scored 2 goals and created a goal. I mean, Sterling also scored in this game, but City's football is too good. It's too good. It's the best in the league. They for me, have won the league, and yeah. It's just can City go a whole season unbeaten, and can they win the Champions League? That's the 2 things I still have question marks over. They won the league, you might as well give them the fucking title by now, because they won the league now. Bournemouth are now in the bottom 3. Manchester United do themselves over after drawing 2-2 by Leicester City. The fact of the matter is, they were getting beaten this game thanks to Jamie Vardy scores his 50th Premier League goal in his career. Congratulations to him for that. Even though Mourinho said he only scores against the top 6. I don't know if that was more for reference that he doesn't do it in the other games or he just does it against the top 6. Doesn't matter. He still scored 50 Premier League goals. That's still some achievement from the guy who's won a Premier League title. Take that, Mourinho. Then Man United got to go back thanks to probably the best player I thought in the match was Juan Mata. He got an equaliser just before half time, and after that Man United took a lead thanks to a world class maestro free kick from Maestro himself, that's right, Mata. He scores a fantastic free kick to make it 2-1, and then just when you think you're seeing it all in football, you just think, you know what, I haven't seen this. Chris Smalling, who was injured and shouldn't have even come on the pitch, but they made all the free substitutions. But then he was marking the injured player was marking the best header ball for Leicester. And guess who scored? That's right, Harry Maguire. He's a danger from set pieces. He's already scored 3 set piece goals this season. Nobody else for Leicester has scored more set piece goals than him this year. And why not put Pop on him? Why not put Lindelof or someone else? You give him the injured league player, Chris Smalling, where I felt sorry for him because he's injured. He can't leave because he's got a groin injury. What can you say? But Man United, their own downfalls really. They had chance upon chance upon chances. You could say they could have a penalty. I don't think it was. I think Smart got the ball, but it doesn't matter. Jesse Lingard hit the post. They had chances to win the game, Manchester United. It's just they were not clinical in front of goal. They weren't good. Look at Manchester City. If you compare it to Man City, 1 shot, 1 goal. Simple as that. Man United, it takes them 4 shots to score. That's not good enough, and that's not going to win you the Premier League title. And for me, Man United will finish second this season. For me, because they're nowhere near good City. The gap's 13 now. No team has ever had a 13-point lead gap at this stage of the season. Ever. Not just in Premier League history. English football history. The last team to have a 13-point league gap at this stage of the season was Bayern Munich's Pep Guardiola, and they went on to win the league in fucking March, which down for their Champions League form, which they got thumped by Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. But doesn't space the fact this team have won. Man City won the league anyway, but Manchester United will be the best of the best this season. They have to say as it is. And Mourinho can sit there and say this, blah blah blah, etc. etc. I don't like the Christmas fixtures. We've got a tough schedule, injuries upon injuries. I don't give a shit. You should be beating Leicester. Good credit to Leicester. I thought they deserve a draw, and Claude Puel's doing a really good job, which I thought he would. He did a fantastic job at Southampton. He's doing an amazing job at Leicester, and I think Leicester will constantly finish in top 8, and maybe a good FA Cup run. Be a good season for them. My team Newcastle finally win a fucking match after a cracking 3-2 match against West Ham. How the hell we won that match? I don't fucking know. Because we could have won that match by a counter. I don't know. The first half was weird. It was like Newcastle's football. We were just going ball forward. We had 4 or 5 guys just balling forward. Yedlin was flying machine in this game. And I'm telling you what, West Ham, I guess West Ham are horrific at drum league. But my team Newcastle were amazing. They were in your face, and I think I credit to Rafa. He's got them bang on this season. I wouldn't say skeptical, but a little bit worried or form. But give credit due. A massive win against West Ham. We were 1-0 down thanks to Save, who's his start of the season. He gave away an error, passed the ball back. He just gave the ball to Ananovic. He scored. I give credit due. He stepped up and scored an absolutely sensational free kick. Yes, the goalkeeper should do better. I don't give a damn. That's in the bottom corner. What a finish. If he could do that for every game, why the fuck does he not play every game? But anyway, phenomenal free kick. And then Newcastle hit the post, hit the bar from Richie and Gale. I don't know how I wasn't 3 or 4 in the first half because we had chance upon chance upon chance. Then it was half time. In the second half, it was just like the first half. Newcastle were the better team. West Ham were horrific defensively, and then Newcastle got the second goal thanks to Modiami, who I still can't believe he actually scored a fucking goal. We actually gets done something in the match. But good credit to him, good credit to him. I have been one of his biggest critics I see Modiami, but he stepped up as well. And give credit to all these players, they have stepped up in this match. And then Newcastle got the third goal from a corner from West Ham. I don't know what Masaraka is doing. He's just jogging back. The quickest player in the fucking game is Atsu. You don't jog back to get Atsu. Atsu puts in the Hostel plays it into a beautiful pass into Atsu, who makes it 3-1. Yes, West Ham going to go back from Ayew. It was bad defending from Newcastle. But Newcastle deserved all the 3 points. It could have been Newcastle 8, West Ham 2. I don't know how Newcastle didn't win that much, more than fucking 3 goals. But it's a massive win for Ralph Benitez and Newcastle to get them out of the bottom 3 and give them any chance of staying in the league. West Ham, if they had that win against Stoke and Chelsea, for me, it's just finished. It doesn't matter to them now, because they just lost twice to Newcastle this season and lost to Brighton this season. They lost 3 times they've lost. That's 9 points they've given away to 2 promoted clubs. That's not good enough. You're getting relegated if you do not beat these teams, and that's the reason. That's West Ham's biggest problem this season, is they're not good enough when they're beating the teams they should beat. They can do well against Arsenal and Chelsea, and that's totally fine because it's a derby. But for me personally, and also Tottenham, if you don't beat the small teams, well, I wouldn't say Newcastle are small teams. If you don't beat the teams in the bottom of the table, you're not staying in the league. And that's West Ham's problem all season. I still don't think David Moyes is the manager, but he is getting results there, and I do hope West Ham stay in the Premier League, because I hope the best for them this year. But I just think this West Ham team, I just don't. It reminds me of the Newcastle team we got relegated with 2 seasons ago. There's too much individuals and not enough passion, not enough desire, not enough fight. Which you need them 3 to stay in the league. Big win for Newcastle, big defeat for West Ham. Tottenham went 3-0 against Burnley. Harry Kane scored a hat-trick, his 7th hat-trick in 2017. He is now joint with Alan Shearer as 36 goals in the calendar year. He only needs one more to break that. I didn't think to say that, to break that record. He's the best striker I have seen since Alan Shearer, and for me, this guy, as much as I want him to stay in the Premier League, I want him to lead the Premier League, so Alan Shearer can keep that 260 record. But hopefully Real Madrid can buy him in the summer, which I hope fucking God they do. But Harry Kane's been amazing for Tottenham this season. He's been, for me, Tottenham's best player this season. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where Tottenham would be. Dele Alli, yes, the first goal, did he dive? You could say yes, but there was a bit of contact, but it was a dive. But you could say that Lanzini did that against Stoke, so I don't really know. But Harry Kane steps up, puts the penalty in. He scored the second goal. He's just a clinical finisher, and he's up there with one of the best players in world football in terms of out and out centre forwards. And I mean he's up there for me with Aubameyang, Cavani, Akadi, Immobile. You know, these guys are world class, and he for me is up there with those guys. And for me personally, I think we're watching something amazing, and this player just been incredible. Burnley, the fact that they played well in this match, but they were second best in every department. Yes, you could say Dele Alli could got a red card for late tackle, which I didn't really think was a yellow card, but just think that's the reputation Dele Alli has now. But Burnley's just the top 6 golfing class between Burnley is massive. The fact that Burnley are 32 points and are 7th in the Premier League is an amazing start to the season for them. And I think if they can stay where they are right now, I think for me Sean Dyche will be manager of the season. Don't care Pep Guardiola wins the league. Sean Dyche, I didn't think Burnley after 19 matches they'd be fucking 7th. Absolutely amazing job he's done there. Stoke City get a huge win against relegation rivals West Brom in a massive 6-pointer, and Choupo-Moting scored a really good goal, created a good goal. But I'm going to just talk about West Brom's defending. Since they sacked Tony Pulis, and I already said why they sacked Tony Pulis, I don't fucking know. The guy who keeps you in the league, they sacked, and now they're in the bottom 3 because they sacked the man who keeps them in the league. Don't even start about it. I've already done a round of that, I really won't go there. But look, West Brom know their club more than me, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, Alan Pardew is, I don't think, the right manager for them, has ruined their defence and make that team worse, and they haven't won a match since August. And if we won 2 games all season, no team has ever stayed in the Premier League by winning 2 matches this day of the season. Last team to do that were Sunderland, and they finished top 1 last year. So the fact of the matter is, this West Brom team are in big trouble. There's no good attacking players in that team. Rondon did get a goal in this game, but he had sitters in this match. The first half he missed an absolute massive chance. It's just, for me, this team needs, if they're going to stay in the league, they have to go and splash the cash in the January transfer window, because for me right now, they're in big trouble, big trouble. This is even more bigger trouble than Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace for me had a little bit of talent, like with Zaha and Benteke and Townsend. They don't have any, none. Jerry Riggs is a good player, but he's just come back from a major long-term injury. This West Brom team for me, I think could go down this year. A big win for Stoke City, and Mark Hughes under massive pressure. If there was speculation, if he didn't win this game, he'd be out of a job. I still think Lost Stoke fans, like I said, they still want him gone. It's just paper the cracks because West Brom are worse than them. But a big win for Stoke to get them a little tiny bit of a gap between them and the bottom three. And last game is Chelsea vs Everton. Nothing really said in this game, although Chelsea had 25 attempts, 7 on target. The best chance was Pedro in the first half, which was, I think, a decent save from Pickford. Another one was off the line, and also Ashley Williams hit up his own bar. And Everton parked the bus. It was fucking awful to watch. It wasn't a great game, and yeah, stalemate it was. And Chelsea looks like third place is all they're going to achieve this season. Maybe win an FA Cup or do one in the Champions League. Everton, 10 would be a great achievement for them this year after their horrific start, but their football is not great. But Big Sam always keeps teams in the Premier League, so they're comfortably finish top 10. So guys, look at the Premier League table where Manchester City top on 55 points, which they're now breaking every record this season. Then there's Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, stay as they are. Then it's Tottenham up to 5th after their win on goal difference ahead of Arsenal. Then it's Burnley, stay as they are. Leicester and Everton pretty much stay as they are. Watford now down to 10th. And at the bottom it is Huddersfield with a very good point against Southampton, keep them on 22 points. And it's Brighton with a massive win against Watford. They're only a point behind Watford. Watford are a little bit curious. If they don't pick their form up, they're in a relegation battle. Then Southampton, who are in big trouble, along with Stoke and Newcastle, that win gets them out of relegation. So Crystal Palace, who got a point against Swansea, go down, but only a goal difference of being above Newcastle. Then it's West Ham, who moved down to 17th and only a point of being in the bottom 3. Then it's Bournemouth, then it's West Brom, who are in big trouble, and Swansea, who got a big point against Crystal Palace, even though they sacked the manager this week for whatever reason. Paul Clement, I thought Paul Clement was not his fault, just as a bang average squad. If you sell Sigurdsson and Llorente and you replace them, that's what happens. But I feel sorry Paul Clement, but hopefully Leo Britton, who's now interim in charge, a lot like Craig Shakespeare with Leicester, give him a chance, maybe do something, just like Gary Monk did at Swansea. So guys, let's move on to La Liga. And La Liga this weekend, the biggest game of the weekend this weekend was the CLASICO between Real Madrid and Barcelona, where literally it wasn't a CLASICO, it was a THRASHIO, because Barcelona walloped Real Madrid. Real Madrid were awful, Real Madrid were poor. Yes, Real Madrid in the first half had a goal disallowed for offside, because it was offside from Ronaldo. But Ronaldo just hasn't been in this season in La Liga. He's been amazing in the Champions League. He's just not been at it for them this year in La Liga. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mentality thing. I don't know if he's just not happy there or whatever it is. But something not right with Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid. But give credit for Barcelona. I thought the best player on the pitch for me was Iniesta. He was sensational. Sergio Roberto had a fantastic game too. But Iniesta, I'm mentioning one of our superlatives this dude. He's the greatest player I've ever seen playing in midfield. His passing, his movement is ridiculous. Sergio Roberto, I'm a fan of his as well. I think he's the next guy coming out of that Barcelona team. But the first goal for Barcelona, which was in the second half, was from Luis Suarez. Don't even get me started with the 10 offside trap I saw for Real Madrid, because I don't know what it was. It was nice football from Barcelona. Sergio Roberto put a really good ball into Suarez. 1-0. It was too easy. They were cut up into shreds, Real Madrid. The second goal is only I can say is what the fuck Carvajal was thinking of, just palming it to the goal, even though that's what Navas should be doing. Then Messi steps up, puts the penalty in, and does what Messi does really. He has now scored, I'm watching a good 20-something goals in the Clásicos, maybe more than that. And then the third goal summed up Real Madrid in the whole game, defensively on the place. And the guy just came on the pitch to replace Sergio Roberto, I think it was Vidal, I think it was. He scored, the goalkeeper should have saved it, he fumbled it, it went in the net, 3-0. And if summed up Real Madrid for me, Sergio Ramos for me should be sent off as well for an elbow on Suarez. He's had 20 games started his disciplinary problem. But Barcelona really walloped him, humiliated Real Madrid, and that's now Barcelona, the first team ever. That's the first time ever Barcelona ever won 3 Clásicos in La Liga at the Bernabeu. That is incredible stats from an amazing football team. Real Madrid, the title race for me is over in La Liga. Real Madrid for me are the only team I think that can catch Barcelona for the title race is Atletico Madrid. But then we get to them later. But Real Madrid for me, title race is over. The gap I think is 14 points. No team has ever won La Liga by a 14-point margin. That means Real Madrid have to go whole from now to the end of the season and win all their matches in La Liga, and Barcelona have to lose at least 4 matches or 5 games at the end of the season. I just don't. They might lose a couple of matches. I don't see them losing 5 or 6. Big win for Barca, massive win for them in the Clasico. Real Madrid back to the drawing board. As people like Real Madrid, they are for me the only team I think can challenge them, but they got beat by Espanyol in a sort of mini Clasico, you could say. Espanyol, who took the bigger hand over Atletico Madrid. A big win for them. Atletico in just the last minute of the game when they got the win. Griezmann looks so not there. He done a stupid. He had like covered himself in black. I'm not being racist or anything. He covered himself in black, and then his thing I think on Twitter, and everybody went AWOL over it. Atletico Madrid fans are not happy. Nobody's happy with it. Griezmann doesn't look like the Griezmann looked even last season. There's something about him. Maybe because he wants to leave. I think he wants to leave. And I think yes, Barcelona are looking at him, and I'm definitely looking at him now. I think Man United could get him, but you could say Barcelona. I can see him go to Barcelona. But Griezmann for me, I don't be at Real Madrid, won't be at Atletico Madrid in the summer. And as soon as the January transfer window opens, as soon as Diego Costa gets back at Atletico Madrid, the better, because they massively need a goal scorer. Because Griezmann's not doing it for them. Kevin Gamero is bang average. For me, bang average as hell. And Fernando Torres, as much as he's been a great servant for them, he's not the same Fernando Torres as he was 4 years ago, because he's come to the end of his career. And for me, Atletico Madrid are a little bit curious, but good for Espanyol to get them away from the relegation. Valencia, who are another team fighting the league this year, also lose to Villarreal thanks to 1 goal from one of the Villarreal players. But Valencia also had Simone Zaza sent off for 2 booked offences. Yes, the second one, it was a yellow card. I don't think the first one was. The second one definitely was. I don't know what the challenge was. He done the Valencia player, even though it was in Valencia's, even though it was in Villarreal's 6-yard box. But anyway, good win for Villarreal to get them a little bit closer to Sevilla, and also Real Madrid for the top 4, which looks like Real Madrid will be curious to get in the top 4 this year. But that's a big dent to Valencia's title push, because that's now no win in 3 for them. Big worry at this moment in time, but now a little winter break for them, they can now regroup and maybe get some form. But if they can finish 3rd this year, or even get top 4 this year for Valencia, I think that's an incredible season for them, because I think that was their target this year anyway. A good win for Valencia, a great win for Villarreal, massive defeat for Valencia. Real Sociedad in Carlos Vela's last match for Sociedad, he scored a goal in this game and they won 3-1 against Sevilla, who also lost. I mean, so many top teams, apart from Barcelona winning this weekend, everybody else in the top 5 all lost this weekend. It's just unbelievable. Great win. I mean, Carlos Vela's last match, it was a really good celebration at the start of the game. You know, his son was on the pitch, and you know all that to say his goodbyes. And the goal he scored, he was in tears. He was literally. It was a really good moment. I'm really happy for him, because he's been a really good servant for Real Sociedad. But Sevilla kicking themselves, because they actually, let's say Atletico got the first goal. Sevilla got the goal back from Ben Yedda, who's been a really big player for them this year. But then Real Sociedad scored second, and Carlos Vela scored his last ever goal for Real Sociedad before he goes to MLS for the Galaxy. So I'm really happy for him, and a massive win for Sociedad to get to at least end 2017 and Sevilla. Just like Valencia, back to the drawing board for them. Eibar, who have now made it 6 wins in a row, beat Granola 4-1 and are now 8th. Let me say that again. Eibar are only, I think, 4 to 6 points behind Real Madrid. This is a team that started the season, were bottom of La Liga, with hardly scored any goals, had a goal difference of -17, are now 8th. I mean, what a run they're on right now. They're just on an amazing run. The players are scoring goals left, right and centre. They finally got a decent solid base. I don't know if they sacked their manager this season. I don't really look it up, but really good win for them. They for me will comfortably be in mid-table team this year, and big win for them. Granola just had one of those games. You're playing against them from the team. They're still a really good season. I think they're mid-table-ish this year right now, so I think that's a decent start for that league. And last game is a massive relegation 6-pointer in La Liga between Alves and Malaga. One goal was a difference. It was a really good goal, but the Malaga big kicking themselves because this is a game you can't afford to lose, and they did. That's a win for Alves, give them any chance of staying in La Liga this season. Malaga, it looks like they're going to be playing second tier Spanish football maybe next season. So guys, look at the La Liga table. Barcelona top of them, 45 points, and they're comfortably ahead of Atletico Madrid, who are second. Then it's Valencia, and look at the gap between them and Real Madrid, who are fourth. Then it's Sevilla, who lost Villarreal, who win, cut the gap to Sevilla. Eibar, who are just literally touching distance from Sevilla and Villarreal. Then it's Getafe, Real Sociedad and Granola, and bottom is Celta Vigo, Athletic Bilbao, Leganés, Betis, Espanyol, Levante, Alves with their win takes them out of the relegation, plus David La Coruña in it. Then it's Malaga and Las Palmas, who both lose this weekend and looks like to be going to second tier Spanish football next season, unless they have a good end of the season in 2018. So guys, let's move on to Serie A. And Serie A this weekend, the big game was between Juventus and Roma in a massive match where Juventus have done really well against all the big teams this year. They beat Napoli, they drew against Inter Milan, and then they beat Roma. They're another big team trying to fight for the Scudetto this year in one of the most wide open Serie A title races I have seen in years. Massive win for Juventus. Roma had chances to get a point in this game. They hit the bar, and a last minute chance at the end where you should expect better from the player just come on the pitch at the end. But I will credit due, a big win. Bernati scored the first goal even though he hit the bar, and then he had scored anyway. But the player I want to talk about is Mandzukic. I don't think he gets enough praise. You know, yes, he scored a world-class goal in the Champions League final against Barcelona, against Real Madrid, which definitely, for me, it's the greatest goal I've ever seen in the Champions League final. Probably Zidane may have something to say about that. But he was amazing. He did his defensive duties. He done well as a team. He's a really good team worker. He's not even a winger, and he was playing like a wing back in this match. He was up and down that thing all the time. He was helping his team. Previch had a really good chance at the end where he hit off the bar. But for me, Mandzukic was sensational in this game, and I was really happy for him. I don't think it's a lot of praise, so I'm praising him really. So a massive win for Juventus to fight, pretty much win our 7th straight Scudetto in a row. I think probably everybody, apart from Juventus supporters, want to see it. Everybody in Serie A are sick and tired of Juventus winning the league, so they probably want to see somebody else win. But a massive win for Juventus. Roma this season have not beaten any of the top 5 teams this year. Take it back. Haven't beaten any of the top 4 teams this year. They haven't beaten Inter Milan, they haven't beaten Juventus, and they lost to Napoli. Yes, they have beaten Lazio, even Lazio for me must have held in that game. But they, for me, you don't win the Serie A title if you do not beat the teams fighting for it. That's not good enough for Roma. 4th or 5th looks like to be where they're going to finish this season. Napoli won 3-2 against Sampdoria. Sampdoria played really well in this match. They took the lead in this game, but then Hamšík thought, you know what, I'm going to be the all-time goal scorer for Napoli. And he scored an absolute cracking goal. That's now 2 goals in a row. He scored again. He's now the all-time goal scorer for Napoli. One ahead of the great Maradona. Didn't think I would say that. But he's been an amazing servant for them. He's stepped up this year, Hamšík, because I think he's been sensational for them this year. Also, I also thought Insigne also scored in this game, and many other players have really stepped up. A big win for Napoli to be top of the league on Christmas at Christmas Day, and the last team to top the league on Christmas Day were Juventus, and they won that year. So pretty much, if you top the league at Serie A on Christmas Day, you win it. Apart from the year AC Milan topped it, and Inter won it, and Inter won the treble that year on Jose Mourinho. But apart from that, massive win for Napoli. Sampdoria just got beaten by a world-class team, and maybe the team that will knock Juventus perch this year in the title. Inter Milan are also found for the title this year. Lost to Sassuolo, a relegation team, and even though Akadi missed the penalty, and I don't know, he literally is like Harry Kane. He's lethal for penalties, and he missed. Amazing. But that's a huge defeat for Inter. You know, this is now Inter now are now going for a really rough patch. You know, they've now haven't won 4 or 3 games now. You have a massive game in the Coppa Italia quarter final against their arch rivals AC Milan in a massive derby, and they're not really in form. But AC Milan are even worse form. They sacked their manager since last played them. But Inter, you know, need a win somewhere to get their morale going and some confidence going. But Sassuolo, literally, come on. Sassuolo are one of the worst teams in Serie A. Okay, maybe Benevento may have something to say that, but come on, Inter. If you're going to win the league this year, you have to beat these teams. That's not good enough. But just had probably one of those days off. Good win for Sassuolo to getting closer away from that relegation battle. Lazio win 4-0 against Crotone, thanks to a beautiful finish. Last goal from Felipe Anderson. He was a really good player. But also, I want to give credit due to another good player, Immobile. Yes, I keep saying it with the guy, but the guy literally for me is the best Italian striker I've seen probably since Totti, or maybe even Del Piero. That's how good I think he is. Yeah, I know he didn't score the goal that didn't get Italy into the World Cup, even though Insigne fucking didn't play in the match and should have fucking played. But I would say right now, he's been sensational for Lazio this season. He's been on another level, man. His goals and assists this year has been massive for Lazio. If he doesn't score the goals, he assists the goals. But he did in this match. He did score a goal, and he set up one of the goals for Lazio. 4-0 win, and they are not far away. If they win their game in hand, they go above Roma. Wow. And I never thought I'd say this season, we could see Lazio finish above Roma. When's the last time that happened in Serie A? That has to be back when Lazio actually won the fucking league. So, big win for Lazio. Crotone, if they stay in the league this year, just like last year, I think it'll be an even bigger achievement this year because their team's just not good enough. AC Milan are just becoming a joke in Serie A this year. They lost to Atlanta, who now go above them in the table, and right now, I never thought to say that AC Milan look like a bottom half team. But even though they spent 145 million euros, they look like a bottom half team. A big win for Atlanta, and they really are now picking form up, and they're now starting to look like the team that we all knew they can be. Big win for Atlanta, AC Milan, big problems, and they need a turnaround form, and that derby match against Inter Milan in this week is massive, probably for both teams' season. And last game was Genoa versus Benevento. Both teams found relegation. Looks like pointer in this game. Genoa just did enough to beat them. Benevento are for me in Serie B. They're not staying in the league. They haven't won a game all season, and we're into Christmas, and they still haven't won a match. They're for me relegated. If they even stay in the Serie A this year, it'd be the biggest achievement in history of fucking football. I'm not making that right now because that team's shit. Genoa, massive win to get them out of the relegation. So guys, look at the Serie A table where Napoli top on 45 points, and then Juventus point back on 44. And there's a little gap back to Inter. Then it's Roma, Lazio, Sampdoria, who stay they are. Atalanta move up to 7th, Fiorentina 8th, Udinese 9th, Torino 8th at the bottom. It's AC Milan who are really struggling, but there are 4 teams with 24 points, give or take. Then it's Bologna, Chievo, Sassuolo, Genoa, who with their win move up to 15th, Cagliari, Crotone, Splat, Verona, and Benevento. We've only got 1 point from 18 matches. That is a disgrace to even call yourselves a Serie A team, and they for me are relegated. So guys, this has been the last league earned. And League Earners, we got PSG win 3-1 against KANE. And what can I say about Cavani? He's now scored, I think, 19 goals this season. 22 in all, I think, 23 in all competitions, maybe more than that. He's been sensational for them since Zlatan's left. He's become like the main talisman. I know Neymar and Mbappe, but he's like, I'm the guy scoring the goals. Those two are the guys that make the goals. So he's been a really big player for KANE this season, and also since he's been signed there from Napoli. But a really good win for them, a comfortable win for them. But Mbappe also scored in this game, and he's just becoming, for me, the best player. Last player I've seen do this was the Brazilian Ronaldo, and he's somewhere close to Brazilian Ronaldo, no question about it. Really good win for them to be top on Serie A, to be top of Liga 1 for Christmas and New Year. They don't return for their fixtures until mid-Jan. Monaco, who beat 2-1, thanks to a late goal from Farcal, who's now scored 15 goals this season. But he will score more goals than he did last year. Last year he scored 21 goals in Ligue 1. I think he will beat that, but I don't think he was a goal scorer because KANE. But a big win for Monaco to stay second in the league. Lyon beat Toulouse, thanks to Fekir's penalty. He keeps scoring for them. He's just become a massive talisman. Since he's been back in the team, he's just been like, this is my team. I'm going to show how good I am. I don't need Lacazette. I do it myself. And he's been massive for them this year. A big win to keep them third, touching distance, just goal difference of Monaco. Marseille win 3-1. Big win for them. Payet, who had a really good game. We've been saying, when is this guy going to show for Marseille? He showed in this game. A big win for Marseille. German also scored, and a massive win to get some confidence going for the team. And I think they'll finish fourth this year. But they're not far away from the top, from the other two teams. I don't think they can catch PSG. I think PSG have won it this year. I think it's a tug of war who gets the Champions League places between Marseille, Lyon and Monaco. It can be wide open as hell. And last game is KANE versus Saint-Etienne in a massive relegation match. And KANE went 2-1 to get them closer to pretty much get me out of this situation and put me. I want to see the top half of the table and not bottom. Saint-Etienne are in big trouble, and pretty much the winter break couldn't come as quick as them for them, no question about it, because right now they're going down. But maybe with the winter break they may just reschedule, go out and just try and get their heads screwed on and do something, do morale training or something, because for me they're going down. And for me, and then Falsella from Saint-Etienne, who are one of the biggest clubs in France, they are in big, big trouble. That last Ligue 1 table in 2017, it is PSG who top on 50 points, and will top it on New Year's Eve and Christmas. Then Monaco, who are going to go difference above Lyon, who are third, and then it's Marseille. Nats, who are fifth, best of the rest really. Then it's Nice and Montpellier. KANE with their win, we up to 8th, then it's Rennes and Dijon, we up to 10th. Then at the bottom is Strasbourg, Caen, Armens, Troyes, Bordeaux, Saint-Etienne, Toulouse, Lille, Alger, and Metz, who look like to be going into Ligue 2 next year. But they may have a chance of, because they won our game this weekend, and maybe they can actually get out of the relegation zone that they are. So guys, the end of football impact for this episode. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and